Another episode of Women in the Metaverse. So I hope you've been having an amazing Monday so far. I'm super excited for for today's episode, really for this whole season. So if you're new to this channel, the Raw Down, we separate every 3 months into a season. And this season, I really wanted to focus on being a woman in the metaverse, right? Last season we were big into AI, and we have really focused on AI kind of creating content. And when we asked AI about a podcast with women in the metaverse, it kind of gave different focuses on that, and it inspired me to kind of think of the different ways to really embody that. And actually each of these episodes have been some more original, again, more so embodying myself, those other women that are here in the space. Last week I had my son to show kids, but again, it just made me really think I want you all to really understand the metaverse more. We've been having some great conversations talking about a lot of different concepts that will help you, I think, prepare to come into a space like this, to do all different kind of things. But what better way to do that than to show you? And that's what this season is all about. So last week, like I said, I had talked with my son, and let me actually walk over to our calendar because I do have that set up here. So as you guys can see, the first week we talked about the challenges women face here in the metaverse. Then we explored MySpace. Last week we had my son here in the metaverse talking about his own experience because he streams his educational games as well. And this week, instead of exploring metaverse spaces, we're going to explore tiny space. We're going to actually hold that out because I wanted to pause and slow down for a little bit because, again, I'm over here telling you guys about metaverses, but how do you even know what a metaverse is, right? You hear this concept, but it sounds like this far-fetched concept when it's really just another website. It's really just like another Instagram or Twitter or some sort, or even a website, right? Some form of a website that you go on to interact with different digital content. But in the metaverse, we're able to take it up a notch. So that's what I actually wanted to show you guys here. So again, I'm saying that because, like, look at where we are right now. This is my WIM studio, right? Where again, I have little microphones in different areas and also different things on the wall where people can come in. And you guys know this is token gated. So anybody within our network can actually use this space for their own podcast. So think about the podcast economy and how impactful it is to say, hey, any woman that comes to one of these spaces live gets this NFT, and if you come, now you can use this space to create your own podcast. Imagine how many more women we can empower with something like these kind of ecosystems that we're able to secure using metaverses and NFTs to help take our digital content up a notch, right? Because I've been doing Instagram Live, YouTube videos, and I've always tried to find like fun new ways to be making this digital content because I think we've seen a lot of stuff already, and the new people are looking for new things, and the metaverse is going to be that. It's going to be like a website. It's going to be like another layer of a website. Let me even say that, right? So every business will essentially, have this digital twin where people can actually go and interact with their content. And so, like, if you guys see my episode 2 weeks ago, I show you my store, and again, how you can see the products up close and personal. But this episode, let me get into that. This episode, we're going to just talk about the Spatial platform itself. Yes, right? Because again, we want to talk about what the metaverse is, because again, it's really just another website that you can use to create all of these experiences like you're doing already, but really bring it all together. And with that, there are a lot of different metaverse platforms because the metaverse is just a digital plane, right? Like I said, it's a digital space that we are going and interacting with. And so that can, some people even say social media is like that on Twitter because you're going onto a platform and talking with people from all all over the world and seeing their pictures and watching videos and on video calls, and again interacting in all these different digital ways that would be considered, in the metaverse, because it's in that digital sphere. And so when you understand how to use these different platforms, that's what's going to empower you even more. So not only are we going to explore Spatial today, but again, there are a lot of different metaverse platforms. So we will continue to explore other ones and other women's spaces. So like I said, right now this week, instead of jumping right into Tiny's, I wanted to just pause and talk about Spatial, but we will definitely dive into hers, because again, she does have the amazing garden space, that she has an amazing event coming up actually on August 5th, where Black Girls Garden will be there. They have a Facebook group of over 80,000 women that are gardening and being self-sufficient and helping one another. And she has a founder that is actually going to be coming into the metaverse to share how she's been able to cultivate not only her community but her own garden, and just continuing to pour that into us. And that's what these spaces are all about, connecting these communities, and again offering different communities another way to connect. So let's get into it. Here on Spatial, you guys can see you have a few different controls. Again, the main thing, this is my space, right? So as a creator, you'll be able to go to your profile. So here up here, you can see this is my name, Mocaso. So if I actually view my profile here, you guys can see I'm following about 137 people. I have about 187 followers, and there's 11 spaces. Now the cool thing about the metaverse is it's not really a lot of hype about how many followers you have and all of that kind of stuff. That followers more so just show you who's connected to who when it comes into the metaverse, because usually you've had to be in the same space to have known that person, so that more so shows you again how, when you meet somebody, you think, man, the world is kind of small because they know that person, and it all comes back together. You start to again see that when you start to see people again and become familiar with them and who they know, and again it starts to become more like a home or like normal society that you're used to. And so on that note, you can explore your spaces, and also Spatial has a really cool thing where you have badges now, so you can actually see all of the different badges that I have earned so far. And I will say I haven't played a lot of games or earned a lot of badges, but the ones I have earned are all significant. For example, these were just a lot of the first free, random ones that I had just went and played. This was at a festival that I got this badge at, and this one too, I believe. But here, press B, you see when she first came out with her racing game, I got that badge, which was really cool because I don't even think you can get that badge anymore. Now she has this couch potato badge, which you get for sitting more than an hour in her backyard theater. And I love the backyard theater. Whenever I'm just on my laptop, I usually am trying to find some random movie to watch or random TV show to watch, but now a lot of times I actually just go sit in her theater and have that going in the background while I'm doing things. And then a lot of my other badges are games that I have played with Haikun, and you guys know we actually have game night with them every Thursday, or every last Thursday, I take that back, sorry, every last Thursday. And so it's really cool to see all of the different badges that I've earned with them, from even going through their minting process right here to the different ones, and for my own personal game right here that Haikun even helped me create. So again, it's really cool to see those badges, and when you go to other people's profiles, you can see their badges as well. And again, it kind of shows you if you guys have different stuff in common. So that's again how these different platforms are connecting communities, because anybody with the space can also have a badge, right? That's why I just said you can come into my space and get a badge for coming, or get a badge for doing all kind of things. Like I said, sitting in Press B's theater for 1 hour, then you get a badge. It's all about incentivizing your community and rewarding those that are coming and putting in that energy for you. And that's what the Raw DAO has always been about. So to be on platforms that are providing these tools that make that even easier and more efficient for us to say, hey, just click on this link and boom, you'll be right there in that space. If you just sit here and watch this video, then you'll get a badge, and that'll be on your profile, and that can even unlock more in the future, like other exclusive spaces. On that note, another shout out to Press B, because again, she has this actually set up really well with her theater, where if you get that badge, then you get to get exclusive seating in the theater now up at the top. And so again, that's how you get to incentivize your community to continue, collecting their badges and things of that nature. So on that note, they have also added a coin. If you guys are familiar, we also have had the raw points as well, which is kind of similar, where again you can earn points for doing different things and then redeem the points for different things. So everyone has different shops within their spaces. So then you get to, again, if you can come into one of our spaces now, just like we've had our jets available, or our bikes, or our custom vehicles that we have for different events. Now you can just come. Again, we can have a quest set up where you complete a few different things, and now you get to go ahead and take that bike home right there with you, right? Or maybe even make it a little more fun, and now you get to redeem it to choose what kind of bike you want for a race, and all different kind of things that we can now do, because Spatial has also become very much a gaming platform. So I'm going to go ahead and head to the main page, because I've talked about my spaces before, and I really want to show you guys again more about what you can do here, because again, Spatial has really taken an approach to help gamers and help creators show how to gamify their spaces and their experiences, so that again people can come and have these different immersive experiences. So like you guys can see, here's the Titanic. Now I know you guys, and this isn't a game, but think about how big that whole drama was, where the Titanic was, under the water, and that we were watching the submarine try to go down there and what was happening with it. Can you imagine how many people probably came through this space and wanted to just look at the Titanic because that was happening? And look how cool it is. You hear that water, you hear the sound of it, you see it moving. It's an immersive experience where now I'm looking at the Titanic. And you know what I'm going to do? Of course, I'm going to go run on the end. Please tell me it's over here so I can hang off the end. Let me see. Y'all, don't let me drown. Oh my gosh, what if I drown? How sad would that be? But this is why I love the Metaverse, because how fun is just running around, right? But look how cool that is, where again you can really go and explore this. I'm just trying to go over to the end. Let me see if I can stand up here. Oh, I can. Yes, I'm here for it. And so so that's, again, just a different kind of immersive experience that you can get from even trending news, right? Different kind of things like that. So kind of going back to the home page, where you can see the different kind of games that there are. Again, there's Haikun with some more of their games. You see there's the Punch Hero. This has been a really big game that has been taken Spatial by storm, where you go in there and you have to punch a punching bag. I'm not going to come and show you guys each of the different games. Maybe a different episode I just want to kind of show you more of an essence of it. You see we have some Spatial racing games, and the really cool thing is they have organized it a bit so that way you can see the ones that are trending up here. BMW just came in here, and again you get a very immersive experience in there, where you get to go ride the BMW bike, collect their different coins, as you can kind of see up here at the top. Let me see if I can actually slide back again so you guys can see this quick snippet of how you ride that bike up the ramp to collect the BMW coins. And then there's even a basketball hoop where you can shoot in there. Again, very cool experience, and really cool to see different brands like BMW come in and how they are really trying to get the experience by using the game, right? I think a lot of brands are coming in and kind of missing the mark with these immersive experiences, because they weren't really catching how to get the audience excited and involved. So it's been really cool to see how adding that gaming layer has definitely taken that up a notch. But there are a lot of still different ones. There are still a lot of galleries, and this is even a template. If you can see, like this thing that I'm rolling around, so you can see different colors of it. This enables anyone that doesn't have the power to bring in something that might look like this to still get a template and just put their own pictures up, and now still say that, hey, I have a gallery in the Metaverse where you can come and see my content, where you can put videos. They even have Sketchfab, where you can go ahead and import different 3D objects right there in your space so easily for a beginner. And so again, they've added a lot of modifications by even adding in Unity, where you get to add the toolkit that even enables all of this gaming stuff. Here's one of the jumping spaces, again one of the first ones when Unity first came here, that really showed creators how you can use these tools to put your objects into motion, put your ideas into motion, and really take it up a notch. Here's Squid Game. If you guys ever seen that on Netflix, I'm telling you, you will enjoy that space. I still go in there and play it. I play with my kid, I play with my random friends. Whenever we have time, we say let's go play Squid Games, and it's fun. And you can again see all of the different kind. There's even this one where it's just chill vibes. You see different islands, again different sceneries, where it doesn't necessarily still have to be a game or a gallery. You can still create different experiences, right? So just think about it. Now here you got your Need for Speed games. Think about all the different Need for Speed games that a teenage boy might have right now, and how much cooler he might think it is if he can come into the metaverse and play with his friends and be in different kind of worlds, because each of these are different kind. Here you're a bubble, here you got sports car, here you might be able to get all different kind of cars, different creators, different experiences. And that's what again the metaverse enables you to be able to experience all of that here on one platform. I think one of the coolest parts about the metaverse is when you kind of start portal hopping, right? You start in one space and then you start going to another, and you're like, man, I just went to Tokyo, I was on the moon, I was under the water, I've been to New York, I've been all over, but I've been sitting in the comfort of my home and been doing this with my friends from all over as well, and doing a lot of different fun things. And again, that's what the metaverse empowers, right? And even learning. If you guys heard my last video with kids in the metaverse, I really emphasized, let me get back over to the studio, I really emphasized how much more this platform empowers you to even educate, right? Think about now, this is all fun and games, haha, yes, that's the allure. But when you really get into it, think about how much better it's going to be to learn in this kind of environment. How you can now learn with all different kind of instruments you would have never had access to, different concepts and teachers that you would have never had access to. And even not only learning for kids, but think about work and how it changes work. And there's a lot of people working from home and what that now can look like, because maybe there's a disconnect, right? Because you don't have that break room experience, or a lot of things are becoming automated. So people are getting worried that, people are going to lose that people to people connection. So where are the people to people going to connect in this digital world? Well, you've got a place like the metaverse that has all of that. It's got all of your favorite shopping places. It's got all of your things to read. It's got all of your favorite things to watch. It has everything that you need and more for you to create the exact experience that you want to have. And that is the powerful part of the metaverse, for people to be able to even unleash that, right? And so, with that being said, again, as a creator or as a pioneer, one of my philosophies is to be in these spaces early so that others continue to catch up. Like I said, we've been having our raw points, so now a lot of these platforms are catching up. So now it's helping us to explain our concept more. It's helping us to have more tools to say, okay, yeah, you can do this and you can do that. And we're meeting people right there where they're looking for that. And we have our shop set up and we have our website set up, and we're not just now getting here and trying to set up while it's happening. And so I encourage everybody that's watching to continue to do your research, continue to continue to watch. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you stay notified, because like I said, we're going to go dive into a lot of other platforms as well. And I will not say I'm no expert, and if somebody tells you they are, you need to run, because all of these spaces are new and still growing. There is no end-all be-all metaverse that has come out yet. All of these platforms are even still transforming day by day. And so we can all learn together by being a part of this building part right now. And because again, I can tell you as a creator, we also inspire these platforms in the way that we use them. As you guys can see, we got our studio set up, and if y'all been watching, y'all know we done had them set up for a while. And I can assure you a lot of these platforms are going to continue to follow that philosophy because they see that it works, and they see that it is going to draw that attraction on what people are looking for. So all you have to do is believe in where you're heading and continue there, and you'll continue to attract those that want to build with you, and you'll be right on time when everybody else flows right in. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Exploring Spatial Metaverse a little bit. Like I said, go check out the last episodes if you want to see a little bit more about my own spaces with my shops, my educational center, and a little bit more about that. And check out all of the past episodes if you really want to get into our iron sharpening conversations on what's really happening on around here, so that you can start preparing and put yourself in the best position to succeed, because that's what I want to see. Until next Monday, peace.